Hi, so it is 1:17 a.m. Saturday, August 9th, 2014. I just got back home from my trip to Orlando and Cassadaga with Rob. It was an amazing day, and so I feel like today is also another answers to many of my questions for the past week or so, since this new moon, really, regarding many things. So this morning I woke up at exactly 7:37 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I knew that it has to be a message, and it seems to match with what happened with me yesterday, regarding, again, at the point where I have to really make another deeper commitment and decisions to go along this spiritual path and not go back to either doing drugs or down a path that would take me away from this spiritual path, or being with the light, or whatever it is that I'm doing. Not really sure yet, but yesterday the universe definitely let me know that I need to not do drugs for sure. Like, don't even think about it. And basically the number 737, according to Joanne's Sacred Scribes, I'm just going to read the last paragraph here. It said, repeating angel number 737 suggests that you have chosen a spiritual life and lifestyle and have listened to your soul's higher calling. So basically, that's what's going on, right? And this past month or 2 months, I've been questioning myself again, like, am I supposed to really follow this message that I have to stay away from sex, and possibly also masturbation, and possibly have to be single or whatever. So anyway, today I was in Cassadaga with Rob, and we were just staying in town for this tour, which lasted like an hour and a half. It was a great tour about Cassadaga and the history, and it's just like one of those days when it's like I have already done this thing before, like the information from that tour. It just reminded me that I have already repeated this life. Like, this is not the first time that I'm in this time frame, I already knew what he was talking about. I've heard it before. And I have never done a tour in Cassadaga in this particular reincarnation cycle. Okay, so as we were taking this tour, I saw this guy's house with the sign, because I was not sure if I want to do a reading or not. It was really more for Rob, really, I want Rob to experience it. But as we were doing the tour and we walked by this house, the sign said, Dr. R. Warren Hoover, spiritual counselor and teacher, metaphysics. Well, the thing is, I've been the whole topic of I need to find a teacher in metaphysical realm to guide me in things that I'm coming to and I don't understand, It's that caught me, I was thinking before I went to Cassadaga too, maybe I would find a teacher, because I kind of been looking for that. there's a green light on his porch. And he speak to me because I had the same light in 2012 at my house. And green is my color. Also is blue. And then I saw a butterfly. It flew into the front of his house. But at first I didn't see the green light. But right after I saw the green light, Rob said the same thing. Like, what's up with the green light? So I was like, yeah, I've gotta go see him. So after the tour, we went there. And at first the plan was for Rob to see him too, but it didn't happen that way. Basically, he asked me, he's an older guy, he's like in his 80s or 90s or something like that, and he asked me like which time slot do I want. He has like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and 40 minutes, and an hour, and he just said just choose the one that your intuition tells you to go with. So I did the 30 minutes for $50. And he just like basically started talking about my energy. Like, he didn't even need anything. He just looked at me, and he's basically read me like a book. And as he was going, I was like, this is the guy. Like, this is the teacher that I've been looking for, because he's basically does what I'm doing right. Like, he does what I do. He has that same ability, except his is way more advanced. He reads energy, and his is just advanced, way more advanced than me. But anyway, like, a lot of the information that he was telling me was like basically the same thing all over again, and like things that I already know, but it's kind of like a reaffirmation and an answer to a lot of my questions recently. Like, you know, like regarding, okay, I now realize that I seem to have multiple abilities. And that's what basically he said. He said that I am well, first of all, he said I'm a reincarnation, that I have done this life many times. So well, I said, yeah, I figured that out, like, that I've done this many times, and I want this to stop. Like, I want this to be the last time I'm back here. Like, I just want to accomplish this cycle completely and not have to come back again if I did make a mistake. And he's like, you know, I totally understand that, you know. And he said that I'm not a simple energy, like, I'm not a simple person. So it's, yeah, so I get that. And he said that I have many abilities and talents. So, well, yeah, and that's exactly what I've been dealing with. I'm so confused right now with, okay, so those are what I do, but I'm still confused with all of them and how they plays into me, because they are so different, yet they kind of work similarly. And basically he just tell me that I need to just be okay with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't be confused about my abilities, and just embrace them, that I have many of them, and to use all of them. Yeah, so that was the confirmation regarding my abilities. He basically said that to keep progressing, don't stop with what I was saying last night, yeah, don't stop, keep progressing, you know. Like, that's like, basically, if I'm already here again, then the only choice I have is to keep progressing and don't stop. Learn to gain what I need to gain in this cycle. So anyway, it just good to have this person recognize that I am dealing with the reincarnation dilemma. And my now aware of many abilities that I have, which I kind of listed for him. And he did tell me that all of those things will be answered in my education that's coming up. I'm going back to psychology school this fall, and I'm going to be learning a lot more about energy healing itself, so I think that will help out a lot. And he just telling me that my energy cycle is lower than this earth time, and for me to be patient with any initiative that I start, because my energy cycle is lower than earth time. I thought, well, that makes sense. I have noticed that I'm not in the same time frame sometimes, if that makes sense. What else did he say? That was important. But yeah, he said not to let people push me around anymore. I don't need to put up with that in this life cycle. I said, I get it, you know, I come to that place. But he also said that with my intimate relationship or romantic relationship, he said there's not like anything great, but one thing that he mentioned was not to be rigid in a way, like not to have my way all the time. And I was just thinking that on the drive back here, that like basically that that is like the same thing as not letting people push around. So it's like a self-projection and mirror self in a way. So basically for me not to be pushed around is for me to push myself around on others and have my own way. So I have to neutralize that entire thing. And then I did ask him, when he brought up the relationship thing, I said, you know, what if I choose to be single in this life? Like, what if I choose to just be single? And he said I can do that. You know, he said I do have that choice because I don't need to be in a relationship anymore. I wonder if I'm ready for that. It's a long life. Then I would have to focus everything that I do on services. But either way, I told him that like I'm just so like tired and done with this whole thing about reincarnation. Like, if not that I understand reincarnation or anything like that, but all I know is I am repeating this existence. And it's not the first time, I mean it's not the second time either, it's been done many times. Like, it's been done to the point that I remember things that are coming up. So yeah, I did ask him like, why did I come back here? Is that like a purpose? Is it a choice? He just told me there's multiple reasons why I came back. I mean, I have my own personal information why I came back. So I want to do it right this time. I really do. It's like, I just want to tell God that I'm like fucking ready, and I just want the ticket to go to the next stage, or to go to the next side, to go to the other side, to go to the other realm, to go to the other dimension, you know. And I'm just so done with this place. But in a good way. No, in a good way. I'm just done with the fact that I'm doing it over and over and over again, to the point that I'm just like doing the same thing over and over and over, you know? Like, you know, I took the tour today, and it's like, same information. I already knew it, even though I'm doing this for the first time in this cycle, but it's already been done so many times in the whole regeneration or reincarnation cycle that I remember them in this cycle. Isn't that crazy? Like, just like, maybe I'll find out soon more about that. But I'm definitely gonna go back and see this guy and try to convince him to take me on as a student. And I do want to have another reading, well, another counsel with him, for sure. For sure. I do want to know, one thing that I want to know at this point is, why did I come back here again? Like, what did I do wrong? What did I fail to accomplish last time? And is it in the best interest for me to devote my entire self to God in terms of remaining celibate and single for the rest of this life cycle? Crazy thought. And yeah, and like having the reading session with him today was so draining. Like I actually went in knowing more about myself, or more sure of myself than when I left. Like, toward the end of it, I was just so like drained. I was just like, shit, you know, he didn't really tell me didn't really tell me what I need to do much. He just reiterated what I already know about my abilities that I need. Oh, basically just tell me to embrace them. I just need to embrace myself, that I have many abilities, and to use them, to learn to use them, all of it, and to develop it. Yeah. And that whatever initiative that I'm starting, which I already know what it is, starting this November, it would take 3 years for the cycle to complete. So I just need to be patient. And just keep going. Keep progressing. And like before, I would always think, like, you know, the past 2 years when I became aware of my awakening, that I have done this before, there were moments when I just think, well, if I fail again, I'll just come back again, you know. So obviously, those thinking, that kind of thinking, made me come back again many times. I just wish I can tell or know how many times I've been here, and at which point did I fail in multiple sequences. Like I do know that I died or failed something in San Diego cycles ago. But like where I'm at, like in this dream of time frame, at this point, I don't have no idea. Like I just know that I did this part before, but not as many times as San Diego trip last year. Like last year was repeated many times, but this year Right now, anyway. In the beginning of the year, maybe several times. But right now, not as many times. It feels that way anyway. Like, I don't remember as much. And I'm thinking of doing more video journal now and writing blog, like then typing it out, blogging, I think. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll do both more and see which one takes hold, because sitting down and type does take a lot of time. So anyway, to summarize, today seeing this guy has seemed to answer my direction, okay, who I should go for to be my teacher. I think it's him. He obviously answer. He's the first one so far that have reaffirmed and answered me that I am on this quest of completing this life cycle at a higher rate. I mean, not at a better way. Like, not so that I may not have to come back and do it all over again, something like that. So he need answer that question for me about reincarnation. So the next thing I need to find out from him is maybe what I need to find out from him is why did I come back here, like, you know, like I said, and understand that more. And of course his answer for me for this past, the questions that I've been having this past 2 weeks, that I've been blogging about, oh, we're gonna have whatever, it's about my abilities, like, no, that okay, obviously I can do these several things. So he basically tells me that I need to just, like, I didn't even tell him, you know, he just started telling me these things, like, that I need to just be okay with it, learn to use it, utilize all of them. There's nothing wrong with it. Oh, and he told me that your family think you're weird or strange. The story he says, yeah, I know that, you know. And he said to just be okay with it. Just ignore it. That's pretty much what I've been doing, so. And of course he reaffirmed that education that's coming up will help answer more of my questions regarding my abilities and what I need to do. But I need to go back and see him again regarding the reincarnation, which he did mention that it's hard to do one session or one consultation when there's reincarnation cycles involved. I totally felt that too, so I need to go back. And I need to find out more from him about the whole thing about my decision that I would need to make regarding relationships. And then I'll, of course, find out if he would become my teacher, so that I understand more about my abilities. Like, really how to use them all together, how to control it, and not be a victim of my abilities, because I've been a victim of my abilities, and I need to be a master of my abilities. And reality is so weird. I wouldn't, like, who I am today. I don't even know who I am today anymore. What I am. least I'm not scared anymore. At least I'm not questioning, I'm doubting myself that, you know, the past 2 years there are many moments of like ask myself, am I delusional? Am I crazy? Am I like living in this crazy reality all by myself, and I tell myself that it's real, and like telling myself the people around me are telling me that it's real when in reality it's not real. But I know now it's real. I know that. So I'm not scared. But at the same time, I just feel even more lost about what to do as a person that is still within and confined to this reality. And from my experience in dealing this past 2 or 3 years, I just know that I cannot be afraid or have fear, because I am being guided and protected in a way. And the only option that I have is to keep progressing to the destination that I have set for myself before I came back. Because if I failed, I'll just come back again anyway. Like, you know, a good fail, like, not a self-destructive fail. Because the free writing that happened this Monday was right. Everything that I know is about to change. And the choice that I'm making, the sacrifice that I would have to make, part of me want to basically just be married to God in this lifetime. You know? Make that commitment. But if I do, I can't take it back. Would be kind of like becoming a monk or a priesthood. Where I cannot leave, because you know, once I make that promise to God, if I do, it's like a devotion, whatever, it's done. It's a sealed deal. Yeah. Just my answer shall reveal itself. And right now, I just need to focus on the daily things, one day at a time. One day at a time. Because that's how I